Why do people ask the question, who is more moral, atheists or theists? It really baffled me how anybody could generalize to a group. But I thought about the issues some more and read a person named Gora, and I've come to a very different conclusion. I was wrong. Atheists are more moral than theists, and there's reasoning behind this viewpoint. I still don't think that you can generalize everything to a group. There are exceptions to every rule, but the probability bears out that atheists are more moral than theists, and this holds true in every statistical analysis, and it holds true in my experience as well. Atheists are helpful, compassionate, and generous, and the Christians I meet are very nice to your face, but will stab you in the back. It's always been fascinating. Whenever I hear people talk, they think religious people are more moral than atheists. With every group, there are individual exceptions. There is no way you could call a whole group moral or immoral. Everybody has their own individual behavior. But one of the points that was made to me that made a lot of sense was by a person named Gora. He said, the greatest contribution of atheism is the provision of a firm basic for ethical conduct. Atheism explains that morality is a social obligation but not a passport to heaven and salvation. The theistic belief in divine retribution sidetracked moral behavior. Believers were more prone to please the God of their imagination by prayer and ritual than to conform to the rules of moral conduct. Consequently, immorality and antisocial activity spread wild wherever people were absorbed in the worship of God and the propitiation of fate. Atheism brings about radical changes in the outlook of people in this context. Truth, tolerance, love, and equality are the basic needs of social harmony. That makes perfect sense. Atheists are reinforced by actual contingencies. We have real contingencies, and theistic people have imaginary contingencies. That explains a lot of the behavior. Now, every individual has different experiences, and this isn't true for everyone, but as a group, the probability is higher that atheists are more moral, and that is reality. Pretty much I find that every truth is the exact opposite of what is assumed in society. That's because when you assume things, that makes an ass out of you and me. When a theist is reinforced for immoral behavior, basically religion just heaps guilt on that person. And it's really a shame that religion is such an awful thing. It justifies immoral behavior, it perpetuates immoral behavior, and all it does is cause guilt and shame. Atheism is the only way that you can be reinforced by actual